So if you like to dig into your older products, but I also have purchased some new ones, then this video is for you. So let's get started. But before we do that, I promised you guys that before every video, if I do crochet something, I will show it to you guys. So I did crochet this sunflower turtle. Look how pretty it is. It's just so pretty. I think that the sunflower petals on top of the brown shell makes everything to this turtle. Like, it's just gorgeous. And I gave it some nice blue sparkly eyes. Just beautiful. So if you guys are interested, or if you know of someone who is interested in this type of plushies, I do have an Etsy shop. I'm going to link it down below. It's just if you like to support like a super small business like mine, really appreciate it. You don't have to, but you can go check out this stuffies there. I do offer free shipping for Canada and US. I love it. It's just so adorable. Like, look at the sunflower turtles. That's the belly, the tail. I thought I should mention that. Hold on. Are you guys straight? So let's get started. So we have some new products and older products in today's video. Let's start with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is newer in my collection because it's just, I had to repurchase it. It's in the shade 1 Fair, and I do have 2 Fair as well. And I do want to start with this. Yes, I kind of want to prime my face with this one. I'm going to use a Dior foundation stick, so I want to make sure that I have somehow of a glowy and more hydrating skin when I go in with any type of foundation stick. I will try go into my Sephora 56 brush. All of my brushes are dirty, so this is the Sephora 56 Pro Foundation brush. And I'm just gonna spread this around. This is such a beautiful primer. I think I need to declutter all of my other primers because I don't use anything else but this type of glowy and hydrating primers. If you do have an oily skin, then obviously this is not for you because you don't want to add more glow. So let's go in with a dampened sponge. Make sure we have everything pushed in. Like, look how beautiful that is. And sometimes I just like to wear this on its own. That's it. So how is everyone doing? We have been busy with school, hockey, karate, a lot of hockey going on because the tryouts are going on, right? So it's always like crazy busy now. Okay, let's go in with foundation. The Dior one. You've guys seen this on my channel. This is in the shade 0N right there. So this is the foundation stick. Has a very nice smell, and that's what 0N looks like. So let's see, how should we apply this? Okay, go one stripe here and here, and then on the bottom part, tiny bit there, and let's just start with that because I don't want to apply too much and make it look cakey or heavy. So I'm going to go in with the same brush and just gently massage it into the skin. So the fun thing with this is that you can just add a little bit. It's kind of like a concealer, right? You can just add it on certain spots of your face and blend it in. You don't want to add too much. You don't want to make it look cakey. Okay, so this is what this side looks like with the foundation on. It's really nice. Perfect amount of coverage. And then let's blend this one here. So I'm just going to go very light-handed because we're going to add a concealer today and don't want to add too much to the face. So let's go in with the sponge and make sure that there's nothing sitting on top of the skin. So definitely I'm loving this foundation. Also really good for traveling. You don't have to worry about things. You can use this as a concealer as well. So I do have dry skin and this is what it looks like on my skin. So it's kind of for you to judge if this is for you or not. Again, just don't add too much. Looks pretty, right? Let's move on to the concealer. And I chose a nice hydrating, more coverage concealer. And this is the Natasha Denona, I think it's called the HY Glam concealer. And I have 3 shades in this one. And the one I'm choosing is N1 today. I do have, I think, a short on my channel to show you the 3 shades I have and what they look like compared to each other. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. This is pretty hydrating. I'm just gonna add in the spots where we didn't have too much foundation. I'm gonna start with this brush. This is by Nude Sticks brush, and I like to start on the bigger areas to blend this in, and then I'm gonna go in with the sponge. I think that the sponge always melts the product into the skin a little bit better because it's dampened. It feels a little bit more hydrating when I use the sponge. You can see the fine lines and nothing has settled in there. It looks really good. I want to use a little bit of a highlighter right now, and today I'm going to use this product as a highlighter, and a different day I've used this product underneath my foundation or as a foundation. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury, the Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint. So you can use this as a foundation because it's like a stick, but it's a little bit more glowy than the Dior one. So this is in the shade One Fair, and I just want, that's what it looks like. And I just want to add here and here, kind of like a extra glow highlighter. You see that? Okay, so let's blend this in with the sponge. Just gonna go over it. That's so pretty. So you can use this product if you do have more oily skin and you can't use this all over the face, how sometimes I use it. You can use this product just as a highlighter, but I don't know if it's worth buying it just for the highlighter effect because the price amount, but in my case I can use it as highlighter or underneath foundations or as a all over the face, or mix it with your foundation. Okay, let's move on to bronzer. I have not used this one in a while, and I know I love it so much. It's so luxurious and so pretty. And this is the Victoria Beckham bronzer, and mine is in the shade 02. So here they are. Like it comes with 2 shades inside, Soleil and Honey. I don't know, I think this is maybe Soleil right here, and then Honey. So I like to mix both of them. So I'm going to go into both like this with my Hourglass brush, this part right here, and just bronze up the face. This is such a beautiful bronzer, and it's not powdery. Doesn't dry up your face. It's very pigmented. It's an expensive product. Victoria Beckham is more of a luxurious brand. I think this is the only thing I own by Victoria Beckham. I really wanted the bronzer because if you have the bronzer, like you can use this as 2 different eyeshadow shades, right? You don't need to buy her eyeshadows if they're too expensive, which they are. So I like to buy products that have multiple purposes. That way it makes me feel like I save some kind of money on the product. So pretty. I love the color. It just blends so nicely. You don't see patchiness. You don't see like a sharp line. It blends beautifully. I think I'm going to leave it like this. We'll see later on if we need to add more. But for blush, I have chosen a blush that I haven't used in a while. This is by Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Virtue. Oh, this is such a beautiful blush. Such a nice shade. Yeah, Virtue. A little bit goes a long way, as you guys know. So I'm just going to go, like that. Maybe that's too much. I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite brushes to apply cream blushes or liquid blushes, and this is the Rose Ink number 3 brush. You can see it's slanted and danced. I do have to wash my brushes. So let's see if we've added too much or not. It's okay because this is a cream blush, so cream tends or liquid tends to kind of disappear throughout the day a little bit faster, but that's pretty. A little bit faster than powder, but this do last all day long. So even though they tend to fade, I can't tell if this actually fades because the intensity, like look how beautiful that sunburned terracotta shade looks like. They do last all day long and it's just so pretty. Like look from afar, you can see. And I think that's it. See, just a little bit of a dot. And that's all you need with this. This is going to last you forever. So if you have minis, I suggest buy the minis because they're cheaper and they last you a long time. Okay, so we're done with the creams on the face, and I want to add a little bit of powder, and I haven't used this one in a while, and I did spend a lot of money on it. This is the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder, or Libre, how do you say this in French, in the shade 1 Pastel. This is so pretty. Like, look at all those shades in there. They're gorgeous. The green, oh, I love it. That's the same green that you have this one for skin correcting. So if you have any redness, so pretty. Matches my shirt too. Anyways, it comes with this puff. It's quite yucky, but I only keep it in here so that it doesn't become messy, but I don't use it. So I like to dump some in here from all of the colors all around the world. And there you go. And let's see, I'm gonna go in with this hourglass brush. You guys see how much I love this brushes because that's all I use. I love BK Beauty brushes. I love Hourglass, Makeup by Mario, and Patrick Ta. And what else do I have here? I have Refi, Shiseido, and you know, these are kind of my favorite dual-ended brushes. Someone asked me how I store them. This is how I store my dual-ended brushes, in a container like this, which is from dollar store. I love it. And I keep it in my drawer here, not on the desk. Okay, so I'm just gonna swirl through all of the shades. And I'm just gonna powder in this area only, where it looks a little bit more glowy, but I'm not gonna move outwards, just in this area. Just for the sake of using powder, because I need to use the powders that I bought, and I'm just gonna powder the eyes a little bit. I know we're gonna use some eyeshadow sticks, but those eyeshadow sticks are so good that they should work through powder. Okay, so you see how much product you have in here? Only a little bit, especially if you have dry skin, you don't need to use so much. So I think I'm done buying powders for a while now. I do prefer more, not loose powder, the other powders, I don't know what they're called, but not the loose ones, because I find the loose ones to be more messy. So let's move on to the eyes. So for the eyes, I chose Bobbi Brown. So I have 3 shades here that I want to play with. So can you guys guess? I have Taupe, my favorite, Moonstone, one of my favorites again, and Forest, which I love to use to smoke the eye or to use as an eyeliner. Okay, so let's start with Taupe. Are you guys close enough? Just a little bit closer, right? Okay, so let's start with Taupe. This is a beautiful shade. So if you are new to my channel and if you don't know about these Bobbi Brown ones, Bobbi Brown eyeshadows, these eyeshadow sticks are my favorite. So here is Taupe. I'm gonna swatch them all as we go, so in case you're interested. They're quite expensive, however, they do last in every climate condition that I've been, and they're just lovely. They're easy to use. You don't even need brushes, or you can use your fingers. So I'm just gonna use this in the crease like this. I'm just gonna put a little bit. You can use your finger and blend it upwards. I just want to use this kind of to add a little bit of shadow and transition here. So you just drag it a little bit, gentle on the eye skin, and then just tap it in. So look at that, how easy that is. But now you can go in with a brush if you want to be a little bit more precise in the inner corner here, and blend it. But like I said, they blend very nicely with your fingers. See, so the difference from this eye and this eye, just to add a little bit of color. Let's do the same on this eye. Add some mascara, and that's good enough. This is a BK Beauty 211, by the way. Very nice, fluffy, smaller brush. Camera focuses on my eye a lot. Let's cover my eye. There you go. Let's move on to another favorite of mine. This is the newest one in my Bobbi Brown shadow stick collection. I have a bunch of videos on all these products, tested them individually and together. I have one where I show all of the shades. These are the extra ones that I have. Look at those, beautiful. They're all different. They look the same, but they're different. Bark, espresso, cinnamon, you know, and this is, and then dusty mauve. So pretty. Oh, dusty mauve is another one of favorite mine. Okay, let's go with Moonstone. This color right here, and I will show it to you on the actual hand. So it's this nice wet type of look, sparkly, but not chunky glitter. Love that. And I'm just gonna put it kind of all over on my eyelid right here. And this will definitely brighten up the eye. This is very similar to if you have the Urban Decay Moonstone or any of the Natasha Denona nice shimmery shade. It's all in one stick here. That's what it feels like. It does, when you apply it, it feels drying, but it's not drying. I want to tell you that so that you know, like compare, because the glitters, like the little sparkles in it, but it's non-drying at all, and it feels very creamy all over the eyelid. So there's the difference between this eye, which has nothing on the eyelid, and then this one right here. I think it just brightens up so nicely. Have you guys tried any of the Bobbi Brown shadow sticks? I know a lot of people tried the Laura Mercier, but I just love this one so much. My expectations are so high, I don't want to try any other ones because I know how much I love them. If I can own every shade in this, I would, but they're too expensive to just purchase. Okay, let's move on to the third stick, and I'll show you how I'm going to use this one. This is in the shade Forest. It does look like it has sparkles, you see. They're a little bit smaller than this type of sparkles here. And here is Forest. So pretty, look at those shades. So the way I want to use this, I want to use it in the outer corner right here, kind of create a nice wing. So I'm going to first apply it from the stick like this, only on the bottom part like that. And then I'm going to go in with this type of brush, which is a BK Beauty 210. It's more pointy. I'm going to go off of the actual stick and try to apply this on the top here. I think this brush might be a little bit actually too big for this area. Like that. So I have to use another smaller brush. And I think I'm going to go in this Makeup by Mario Duo Ended pans. They do have a brush on one end, so let's try this brush at the top here. It's a little bit more precise for this area. So there's this eye. We created like a super tiny darkening wing at the outer corner. So pretty. I love this. You see how fast this is? You don't need any eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off of camera my eyes with mascara because this is boring. That's all I use, the Loreal Panorama Mascara, and I'm so out of it. I really need to buy another one because I think it's like drying up on me. I've been using it daily. That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna finish my eyes, enjoy this intermission. I'll be right back with lips. So here's a close-up of what the eyes and the complexion looks like. Here's from afar so you guys can see better. Maybe it's not as bright and you can see more what the colors really look like. I think it looks really pretty. Very nice, soft type of tan. Perfect for ending the summer. I don't want summer to go away. Now for lips, I have, where are my products? Two products here. One is newer and one is I've had for a while, but this have been on the market for a while. So this is the Makeup by Mario lip liner. They're called the Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil in the shade DMITRY. And you have the same thing, a brush for your lips. This is for lips, which I have been using. I actually love lip brushes. And then this is the actual shade. So it's right there. It's so pretty. That's the lip liner. And let's put this on the lips first. This is a very nice, wearable, everyday nude lip liner. And I'm gonna fill in the lips with this lip liner as well, kind of using it as a lipstick. I think I have mentioned on my channel quite a bit that I prefer to spend my money on lip liners because some of them you can use as eyeliners if they're obviously in the brown type of color family, right? Or you can use them to line your lips and use them with lip glosses, or use them to line and fill in your lips. as instead of a lipstick. I think that that's so much better than a lipstick. Lipsticks, they don't last, right? I hate that they cost like those expensive ones, $60, $40 for a lipstick. And yeah, it looks good while I put it on for you guys to see and a thumbnail, but will it last? No, I would just have a sip of coffee or eat something and they're gone. For $60, I expect them to last longer, right? So that's why I go for lip liners. And if you can find a lip liner that actually lasts long, I don't know if this one will last long, but there are some that are like waterproof or last longer, then those are even more worth it. But I love the shade. Look how pretty it is. So I'm just gonna fill it in. That's so nice and neutral, right? And then I love to top it up with this product, which I've had for a while and I love it so much. This is the Tower 28. I think these are called the lip jellies. Look how pretty that is. And this is, yeah, lip jelly in the shade Pistachio. Why is it called Pistachio? I thought pistachios are green. Is that a different pistachio? Don't know. But look at the shade. So pretty. You can see the consistency. And just top it up with this. Very similar in color. Just a little bit I put on my bottom lip. And then I squish my lips together so they can transfer equally. You know what? You don't have to feel bad that you spend your money on a lip liner because you can use it multiple ways, right? Than a lipstick. But yeah, this is the final look. What do you guys think? Should I leave this here or take it off? I think that it looks really wearable, everyday type of look. You can go into the night because of the shimmers. I love it. Anyways, yeah, I definitely, okay. First of all, disclaimer, you don't need to buy anything that I have in this collection. This is just makeup I have accumulated for a while and some new one that really caught my eye. So again, don't feel pressure to buy anything that I have talked about in today's video because some of them are very expensive and they're worth it to me because the quality is great. But you know what? It's just makeup, so you don't need to spend your money on it. However, love my Hourglass brushes. Very expensive, but I just love them. That's all I use, and you get like 4 brushes. I bought this myself. Everything I'm talking about I bought myself. Nothing was sent to me. I love my Bobbi Brown eyeshadow sticks because I have worn them in very humid, wet, sweaty climates and they lasted me through the all kind of weather changes and no problem at all. So I love those. And of course, I love my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is all I use as a primer on a daily basis. I have to declutter all my primers there. The foundation, the Dior stick, you guys can see that I have dry skin and it actually looks beautiful. It doesn't look drying. I've used powder on top of it and it still looks nice, glowy, hydrating, healthy. Love this product. I love my Victoria Beckham. It's very luxurious, heavy type of brick bronzer in the shade 02. I think it's just perfect to create that natural bronzy effect. My Natasha Denona concealer is one of my favorite. This is all I've been wearing as well. Now this product by Charlotte Tilbury, if you do have oily skin, I don't think you should use this all over the face unless you like a nice glowy effect throughout the day, like more glowy than it already is. I have dry skin, so I love using it under my foundation, combining it with more matte foundations, using it as a highlighter, which I did today. You can see how beautiful it looks, that more natural highlight effect. I kind of starting to hate powder highlighters. I think that something like this makes it look, if you have mature skin, makes it look more youthful than using a powder highlighter. I love my Rare Beauty blushes. Great powder if you have dry, mature skin. I don't see any type of drying on my face. And yeah, everything in this video, obviously, I enjoy. But I hope this video was entertaining and give you an idea on some of my old products that I love, new products that I purchased, and combine them all together and see how they work. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. And I cannot wait to see you in my next one. And I love you guys. Bye.